Here's some dog ASMR. Look at her go. Majestic beast of the wild. Hey guys, Gurgzilla here in the flesh and blood. Not virtually this time. Well, virtually for you, but like, I'm here. Anyways, I'm gonna try and do another cooking video. So I'm gonna actually be doing some Mongolian beef, which is basically, I don't know, thin cut beef that's cornstarched up with some spices. I don't really know, to be honest, but I found a quick recipe online. Yeah, let's get to it. All right, so to be completely honest, the recipe calls for green onions. I don't have green onions. I went to try and clear my car a couple times from the snow, and it's too much work, so I'm not gonna do it. And we're using red onions this time. This is the only time. Anyways, we're using red onions. We're gonna see how it goes. So the first thing we wanna do is cut up our aromatics, which will be some chili, some Thai chili, some garlic, and onions. Yeah, so we're gonna saute those. Let me show you my cooking skills as I almost cut off my finger. My cooking skills? My cutting skills, sorry. All right, here we go. So, this is called the, I don't know what it's called, to be honest, but you're supposed to do like a claw. Oh, I'm already crying. That's so fun. This is pretty good. What do you think? Nice and diced. So that's these. Oh, also, so our aromatics also include garlic. Oh my gosh, I'm crying. Jesus. Yeah, they include garlic. Don't cut it the way I'm cutting, to be honest. This is a weird knife. Yeah, I don't have fresh garlic, so we're using some already diced, pre-diced, and that's gonna go in. Remember, do the claw when you're cutting. And then you just wanna do some of those. Then we're gonna take our ginger. We don't need a whole lot of ginger, so we'll just cut this. Yeah, you wanna cut off the skin, because you don't know where it's been, to be honest. It was in the dirt, obviously, but like, anyways. My eyes are on fire. That's why I can't finish a sentence. So get rid of some of the skin, and then we can go ahead and dice this too. Do super thin. And one more. Okay, that's our ginger. So ginger is very overpowering here, which is why we don't need a whole lot of it. Unless you want literally a ginger flavored beef, then go for it. Okay, so now that we have our aromatics, I'm gonna go over to the stove, and then we're gonna fry these for a bit. So as you probably know, whenever sauteing or frying, obviously we need some oil, so I'm using some olive oil. And then we're gonna put that on 6, 7. We're gonna put it on decently high. And then, yeah, when that gets nice and hot, when the oil is not like molasses, then we just plop them all in. And yeah. All right, so as you see, our oil's pretty hot. Very hot actually. So then we're just gonna put the aromatics in. We're gonna let that get a nice brown, and then we're gonna go ahead and make our sauce. So make sure you use a wooden spoon or a plastic spoon or whatever. Just avoid using metal. You don't want to scratch your stuff. It's also just like, I don't know, I feel like it's good practice to always use non-metal and metal. Yeah, so it was very hot when I put it in, so I lowered the temperature so it doesn't burn. And to make our sauce, we're going to use some soy sauce. soy sauce, sugar, and yeah, we do those two until it gets nice and thick, until we're happy with the consistency. Sorry, I forgot to add the garlic. I'm a fool. I have a decent spoon of garlic. Mix that up nicely. There we go. It smells beautiful. It's also very spicy, and I might sneeze at some point. All right, so put that on low for now. Then we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna come and take our soy sauce. Soy sauce goes in. Good amount. And go ahead and mix that a little bit. And then we're gonna take our sugar to get the thickness that we're looking for. Sugar, you don't need as much compared to the soy sauce, of course, because, you know. So we're gonna do 1 spoon of that, and then we mix it. Smells beautiful. Okay, so now that we have the liquids in, we can turn it up a little bit so we get a decent consistency. And we want the sugar here to dissolve, which is a big factor. Excuse me, it's definitely spicy, man. It's definitely spicy. Yeah, so we're gonna keep that on low for a little bit, and as that simmers, we will cut up the steak. All right, so here's our New York strip. I think it's a New York strip. Oh, there's blood all over the counter. That's always fun. So now we want to cut against the grain. So you can see the grain here is going this way, so we want to cut it this way, I think. Let me give you a better close-up. You see how it's kind of stretching going this way? I assume cutting against the grain means cutting against that. So, cut some nice strips like this. And then, you know, since we're against the grain, it's gonna have some longer strips, so you cut those in half. And then you have this fat cap here. I like it. Fat is flavor, boys. So for this, we can actually just cut it like this. Just do a couple. Yeah, that's the meat cutting, boys, girls, friends. So I'm gonna wash my hands, but we're gonna take these. We're actually gonna put it into cornstarch. We're gonna coat it pretty gently with cornstarch. Then we're gonna clear the pan, or clear our sauce from the pan, and then we're gonna fry them. And yeah, stay tuned. All right, so we don't need a whole lot of cornstarch. This is very white, because, you know, there's not a lot of meat. So we're just gonna put it in a couple sides, get it coated, and then put it here. So we're gonna do this with each piece. I also forgot to season the actual meat itself. Well, I didn't really forget, like, it's right here. But since we're cooking it in, like, or the sauce is basically soy sauce based, it's gonna be salty. The only other thing you could really add, if you want, is well, not if you want, like, best practice for the recipe is to actually add white pepper. It has to be white pepper, not the other one, not black. I don't have any here. This isn't my house. I broke into someone's house. I'm just cooking. And I don't want to, I think I already mentioned, I don't want to go outside. It's disgusting outside. It's freezing and horrid and not a fun time. And I can't clean my car because it's too cold. Anyways, I'm just yapping. So we coat the meat. You know what? We could just speed it up, right? Just plop them all in. Mix, mix, mix. Get them nice and coated. So at the moment, our sauce is not really a sauce. It's more like a, I guess you could call this a slurry. So we're just gonna set it aside. It will turn into a sauce, but just hold on, okay? Have some patience, okay? Relax. We're not all master chefs. I'm pretty sure it's easy to make, like, to fix something like this. You just add some cornstarch or some of that gum powder and whatnot. Anyway, so we set that aside. Yikes, don't do what I just did. There was a little leakage of some stuff. So a little bit of oil goes back in. A little. You can put an okay amount. Turn it back up because now we're going to fry our meats. So you can see it's still pretty hot. That's pretty good. Grab our steak. At the moment you can see it looks kind of nasty, but that's okay. And just put them in. So fun tip I learned. When you're cooking, it's actually good to not put everything in at the same time, especially if it's cold. Like if it's a piece of steak, you want your pan to be very hot. But if it's a bunch of small pieces of steak, don't do that because it cools down the entirety of the pan and it gets kind of stuffed. So don't do that. This has been on for a while, so it's already hot. Yeah. When you're happy with how it looks, with how the meat is looking, and the wellness of it, if you want a medium rare, go ahead, do that, whatever. When you're happy with that, you put the sauce in, and then it's going to absorb all the fats and make it a little bit thick. And the starch that's sitting around in the pan too is going to be very nice to help with that consistency. Variation of cuts here, like this one's kind of thin, this one's pretty thick. Whatever, it's beef, you'll live even if it's a little bit bloody. So now we go ahead and put our sauce in, and then give that a mix. Put it on low so it doesn't burn. To be honest, you could actually take it off because considering the pan I'm using is very hot, we can just straight up remove it, and then we will. Depends what you want to do here, to be honest. Like, I was hoping there would be a bit more sauce in this. It doesn't seem like there is. So I might add some water to actually help lift the juices and whatnot. You know, I'm just spitting out random words here. But yeah, add a little bit of water if you want, you know? No harm in it. Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? So you put, I don't know, 1/4 cup, plop her in, mix it around. So this is gonna help lift all the starches that have kind of become stuck onto the plate, you know? On the plate, on the pan. Yeah, so we'll leave it there. We'll just leave it for a couple minutes, I guess. Shit, bro, I don't know. All right. So, as you can see, there's my Mongolian beef, maybe. And this is my fried rice from yesterday. Let me know if you want to see how you make this fried rice. It's banging. It's really good. Yeah. So let's get with a tasting. So this is our beef. We're gonna take a nice thin chunk. Maybe I'll give you some ASMR. Okay. That actually almost melted in my mouth. It like, I took a bite, I felt it like chew apart. Here's a close up. I don't know if that does anything. It's very bright. Anyways, it's very good. I will say, as I suspected, the salt's definitely kind of heavy. So that cup of water was definitely needed. 100% required. But at the same time, you're supposed to be eating this with like white rice or something. I'm eating it straight up. Also, despite there being 2 Thai chili peppers, it definitely is not too spicy. So I would recommend probably 2 if you like spice. If you're fine with spice, if you just want like a little kick. I don't know why kick came out. If you just want a little kick, do 2. If you want some heat, probably do 3. So this is a spoonful of our. Here, let me get a little bit more of this. There. That's our sauce mixed with the fried rice. Let's give that a whirl. Yo, I should open a restaurant.